What if I told you that the ancient legends of deep-sea monsters, every single one of them, might actually be true? Forget the myths, because the real creatures of the deep are far stranger and more terrifying than any story ever told. These next 6 creatures will completely shatter your understanding of life, especially the last one. It lives right among us. Number 1, the Abyssal Infant. First up is the stuff of nightmares. Whispered about by drunken sailors in the dead of night, the Abyssal Infant. Legend says it has disproportionately large eyes and a face eerily similar to a human baby's, staring at you, filling you with a bone-chilling sense of dread. So where did this bizarre legend come from? Look here, the barrel-eye fish. Its most incredible feature is this completely transparent, fluid-filled head. What you see is 2 small holes up front. Those are just its nostrils. Its real eyes are hidden inside its skull, those 2 green, upward-facing lenses, always looking up, to catch the faintest glimmer of light from carcasses or shipwrecks above. Its fragile form, those hauntingly large eyes. Suddenly, the legend of the Abyssal Infant makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Number 2, the Living Shroud. If the last one just made you uneasy, this next one will show you the meaning of true despair. Sailors call it the Living Shroud. It doesn't chase, it doesn't bite. Anything that touches the edge of its midnight velvet curtains has its life force instantly drained away. It is the undertaker of the deep, collecting the silence of the dead. Could this possibly be real? The answer is yes. When the lights of a submersible first illuminated it in the silent abyss, every scientist on board held their breath. This is the giant phantom jelly, with a bell over a meter wide and 4 oral arms stretching 10 meters long, like a royal funeral shroud. This isn't a creature. It's an invitation from the underworld. The name the Living Shroud almost sounds too gentle for it. Number 3, the white-boned Wyrm. Think that's it? Not even close. The deep sea's imagination is far wilder than ours. Legend tells of a creature with no skin, that wears its own skeleton on the outside like a living fossil. The white-boned Wyrm sounds like something not of this earth, right? But this time, the legend might just stem from a magnificent misunderstanding. Its inspiration is one of the most famous sea monsters we know, the oarfish. Now, picture this: a 10-meter-long oarfish dies, and as it washes ashore, its soft flesh begins to rot and peel away. The first things to be exposed are its massive, menacing skull and spine. When ancient people discovered this enormous, flayed, white skeleton on a beach, isn't it easy to see how the legend of the white-boned Wyrm was born? Number 4, the Brimstone Drake. Next, we travel to the gates of hell itself. Legend says this is the home of the Brimstone Drake, a creature cloaked in metal scales that spews deadly, boiling venom. What we imagined as dragon's breath is actually the roar of underwater volcanoes' hydrothermal vents spewing toxic, superheated fluid hundreds of degrees hot. And what we thought were dragon scales is actually real-life metal armor. Behold, the scaly-foot snail. Its foot is covered in a layer of actual mineral armor made of iron sulfide. A creature that lives at the gates of hell, wearing a suit of metal armor. Isn't that reality more awe-inspiring than any legend? Number 5, the Abyssal Suture. And now, are you ready for the most horrifying, and yet the most magnificent legend of all? The Abyssal Suture, a moving tombstone made of countless remains and souls. This legend sounds incredibly malevolent, but its truth is one of the deep sea's most gentle and profound miracles. A whale fall. When a whale dies, its body sinks to the ocean floor, where, over the course of a century, it will sustain tens of thousands of lives. One perspective sees a monster, another sees a miracle. Now, imagine you're in the deep-sea darkness and you see this, a colossal, indistinct mass, with hundreds of life forms squirming upon it. Isn't that the very monster from the legend, suturing all of creation onto itself? It turns out that behind the most absolute terror lies the most epic rebirth. Number 6, the Civilization Scavenger. This final legend, we don't need to search for its origin in the deep sea, because we are the gods who created it. The legend says it feeds on human trash, its body a miniature landfill of our civilization. This creature isn't a new species, it's the tragic future that every sea animal we know is heading towards. With every bottle cap and every plastic straw we throw away, we are personally building them a moving graveyard. In this most terrifying legend of all, the monster isn't them, it's us. We've spent millennia exploring the secrets of the deep, yet we dare not take a second look at our own reflection. From the natural miracle of the whale fall to the man-made tragedy of the civilization scavenger, which one shocked you the most? Let me know your answer in the comments below and join the discussion.